In this video, I'm going to be showing you all the basics that you need, the basic information you need to set up to be able to print labels. The first thing we're going to go into is the brand owners. Click on that. And the brand owner is going to be the company that owns the packaging that you're putting your product in. So that could be you, or it could be another company if you're using somebody else's packaging. So we'll just set up some sample data here. We'll just say give it a name. The GS1 company prefix is a 7 to 10 digit number that identifies the company at the global level. If you do not know what a GS1 company prefix is, you can Google it. There's lots of information out there. I'm not going to go through that because if you have your own brands for packaging, you should have a GS1 company prefix. So we'll just type in a sample number there. And now anytime you want something to show up in these drop down menus over here, you want to make it active. I have this so you can deactivate it to make your list shorter if you want to. But for them to show up, they have to be active. So once you create one, you just hit on add. And now you can see down here that you added that one. Anytime you want to select something from the list down here, you just click on the blue box to the left of the row and it populates these fields up here with the information. And now once that's selected, you can change the details and then you can hit update. You can also delete one, but I won't do that right now. And also if you have an item selected and you want to reset everything, you just click the reset. Takes care of that. So now we have a brand owner set up, so we can go to brands. Now we're going to set up a brand name for that brand owner. So we'll select the mics and we'll just say the brand name is, we'll just give it a name, whatever the name of your bags are. We'll make that active, and now we'll set Milo as the default for Mike's packaging. And I'll show you what that does in a little bit. So now we'll go ahead and we'll add that. Now you need to add a product for that brand. So first thing we'll do is we'll give it the product a name. It could be, you can name this anything you want. It's not what goes on the label, it's just the product name that you select from a list. So whatever makes it easy for you to identify. I do something like this, Russet 510 pound bales, A size number 1s. The product ID, you can give each of your products a unique ID number. The G10 is a 13-digit number that identifies your product, both in the barcode and to the consumer. If you don't know how to create, each individual product needs its own G10. If you don't know how to create a G10 for each product, that's another thing that you can Google. A lot of information out there. I'm not going to go through that in the video. We'll just give it a sample number here. Now once again, we're going to set this as active and we're going to set this as the default. Now we can fill in the rest of the information here. These will be potatoes, russets, number 1, A size, pack styles 510, bag weight and bag material, that's the packaging. They're going to be 10-pound bags, poly. Now the pallet case count is how many cases are on each pallet by default. Normally when we pack 510 bales, there's going to be 40 bales on a pallet. And one bale is a case, so that we'll just put 40 in here. Now we're going to assign this product to the brand owner Mike's Packaging and the brand name Milo. COO is country of origin, and it was packed in the United States. Now the case item count is how many items are in each case. Since this is a 510 bale, there's going to be 5 10-pounders, so there's 5 items in each case. Now you can assign a pallet type also, and you'll see that there's nothing in this list right now because we didn't set up our pallets yet. So let's go ahead and save this product by adding it. Click OK, exit out of here, and now we can, way to the right here, we can go into the pallets, and we'll set up a couple different pallet types. We'll add in CHEP. We'll put in an average weight, and I'll show you why in another tutorial. 70, and let's say you have 1,000 of them. We can add those. Now let's add regular pallets. Those are about 40 pounds a piece. Say we got 1,000 of those. You can add those in. Exit out of here. Now once you go back into your products, we can select that product, and now the default, we'll just say that this product normally goes on CHEP pallet. And now since we don't want to add this product because we already added it, now we want to just update it because we just changed some information. So we'll click on update. Okay, now we got a product set up. So now we can exit out of here. The last thing you need to do is go to company. Now we're going to add a company, and a company is the name of the company that's going to go on the label, on the case label, and on the pallet tag. So if you are packaging this product and you're going to Walmart or Kroger, anyone like that, and you're not going through a sales organization or anything, then this is going to be your company name. If you're packing for another company that is selling the product to one of the retailers, then you would put their company name on it. So for testing purposes, we're just going to use Mike's Packaging as the company name. Company name can be the same as the brand owner. As if the same company owns that brand, then it can be the same. So we're just going to say that our company name is Mike's Packaging. Company ID and company type have nothing to do with the labels. It's just a way, if you have a long list of companies, of identifying whether they're sales organizations or repackers. That's totally up to you if you want to use these two fields. I'm going to leave them blank. But you do need to fill in their address. So let's just give it a fake address here. And now we can assign a default brand owner to this company, so it just makes selecting a label a little bit quicker, and I'll show you what I mean by that. So let's just say that list is blank right now. Okay, let's just make it active, and we'll assign a default country of origin, the United States. Okay, let's add this company. Okay, I don't know why that didn't show up last time, so let's just select this again. And now let's set Mike's as the default brand owner, and we'll update that. So now we have a company, brand owner, brand, and product set up. So now we can go here, and the first thing you want to do when you go to print a label is select the company. We're going to select Mike's, and now you can see it automatically filled in the brand owner, brand, and product, and that's because we had defaults set. If we didn't have the default set, like on the brand owner, on the brand, if we didn't have one of the brands set as default, then it won't populate that brand. You'll have to select it manually every time. And this is just nice if there's a certain product that you pack more often than anything else. You can just set that product as the default, and that'll just be the one that shows up. If you have multiple products, you can still select between them. Let's go ahead and set up one more of each of these real quick. We'll just say oops, did I have a letter in there? That just said I have to have it as a number. Okay. We'll set up for John's packaging, we'll set up a brand name of, I don't know, it could be anything. Americans. Actually, no, let's put this under Mike's packaging. And now we're not going to set this as a default because Milo is already the default. So we'll add that. We'll set up one more product under Milo. So let's do russet 10.5s this time. Make it active. Once again, we'll put it under Mike's and under Milo. Case item count on 10.5s is going to be 10. And we'll assign this to Shep pallets as well. We'll go ahead and add that. So now you can see once you select Mike's packaging for the company, now you can see that there's two brand owners in here, but it automatically selects Mike's packaging as a brand owner because that's the one we had set up as a default. Under company, under Mike's packaging, we have Mike's packaging as the default. So then under the we have Milo set as a default for Mike's packaging and the russet 510s set up as a default for Milo. Just saves you a little bit of time. So now the last thing that you need, well, now you can see here on the label, it's got your G10. That's showing you what product it is. It's also here on the pallet tag. And then part of this information down here, this number, the first three numbers, it's just the first four numbers are actually your company code, so we can tell who printed what labels. It's for traceability reasons. The next numbers are the GS1 company prefix, and then you have a serial number in there, and then the last number is a check digit. You really don't need to know anything about this number down here. The program automatically generates it for you every time you print a certain product. The only things you need are this G10, which is filled in for you every time you select the product. And now you do need a lot code. And now, just for the basics, just to print labels, I'll show you can just manually type in a lot code here. I'll just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you can see every time you enter information, it updates the labels right away. So now you have your product and your lot code. That's all you need to have entered in there to print labels, except now you just got to enter in your how many labels you want to print. This is just the basics. You got a lot more things that you can do here with the program, and I'll get to those in later videos. A lot more features, but just the basics to get started on printing labels is what I'm doing now. So you can type in an order number here if you want. You don't have to. That's more about that in another video. So now let's just say that we had an order for 800 of these 510s. We're going to go ahead and type in 800 for the case label quantity, and you have to hit enter for the changes to take effect. And now you can see that it's going to print 20 pallet tags by 40. And what the 20 is how many these big pallet tags it's going to print out. And the 40 is how many cases are on each pallet. And it gets the number 40 from the default that we set up for that product. You can see here the default pallet case count is 40. This just saves you a little bit of time. And I'll show you why. Say you have a load where you have to print out, or you need 820. Well, now it's going to show you that it's going to print out 20 of the case labels at 40 and 1 by 20. So that's going to be, that 1 by 20 is a half pallet. And it shows it right here on the pallet tag that it's going to print out 40. And as soon as it's done printing this label out, it'll print out after it prints the 20 of these labels, it'll print out the 1 by 20 label. So it just saves you a little bit of time on the math. So that is the basics of just printing. That's all you need to do to print labels. There are a lot more features that we can go through in the following tutorials. Thank you.